Originally from Richmond, Quebec, Victoria Hill attended Richmond Regional High School before leaving home to study social sciences at John Abbott College in Montreal. After graduating, she moved back to the Eastern Townships to raise her daughter, Raven. Victoria has been working at BCS since 2009 and holds the position of Registrar and Assistant to the Director of Academics. She currently lives in Lennoxville with her partner and BCS science teacher, Mr. Jay Wilk, and their dog, Jarvis.
Okay, so do I begin now?
Yeah.
I can. Okay. Everyone here knows come the end of August, do not touch the board. How old is that planning board and what's the story behind it? Oh, that's a good question. As far as I know, they've been doing it this way since, oh my gosh, probably, well, not since the beginning of time, but maybe. They've been doing it so long because of our grade 12. We have, it's pretty straightforward scheduling, I would say, from grade 7 to grade 11. And then 12, it gets wonky because there's a lot more choices involved. So it makes it really confusing, apparently, for a computer program, which kind of makes me feel good about myself because I can pull this off. Describe myself in 3 words. Outgoing. I'd say I'm empathetic. I feel very strongly for what people go through, and it can affect me sometimes, so it depends. That empathy goes a little deep. And I'd say dedicated. I'm pretty dedicated to my job, to my family, to my friends. So I think those would be the first that popped off the top of my head. It seems like this is the last one in the bucket. So what is one of my weird quirks? Just one. If a colleague, Sue Cook, is actually watching this, she would say, I have sayings to beat the band kind of thing. Like, or there's people that have told me that I'm possessed by an elderly man because I've got sayings that can go back all the way to like the 1900s or something. If you could trade places with anyone in the school, who would it be and why? You know what? That's a really hard one because I really love my job. I would love to be able to dabble in and maybe just, you know, if you had a wish, be a teacher for a week, you know, and be in the class. But being with one and being so close to them, I get the feel, and I still, in my capacity, get to have such a great interaction with the kids, and that's my favorite part. That being in any other positions, if I didn't have that same type of interaction, I don't think I would enjoy it as much. They keep you young, they keep you hopeful, they remind you of how silly you were when you were 16, and, and that's okay. And last one in the bucket. What's one thing that you can instantly make your day better? Well, that's hearing kids laugh and seeing them happy. It's like an instant breath of fresh air for me, and an oomph of okay, good. You know, it's something where, you know, it's fulfilling to hear. That's all, especially in this difficult time and stuff like that. So yeah, that's an instant pick me up, and then second is coffee. Okay, last bucket. If you could go back in time and give your younger teen self one piece of advice, what would it be? To not be so darn cocky, and to maybe listen to adults just that little bit more because they were saying stuff that really could have made a little bit more of an impact. Realize how time does go by fast. You know, your parents say it all the time, and you look at them like, yeah, sure, whatever. Because your life is so similar. It seems like it's forever when you're in high school, but it's not. You know, it's just because it's the same friends or the same building you go to for 5 years and everything. So it seems like you're never going to get your life started, but it has started. And I wish I would have delved into things a little bit deeper instead of always rushing to the future. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? Oh, well, that's by far my kiddo. I only had one. She's awesome. She's 25 now. Don't doubt it for a second that she's going to be amazing in every way of her life. And yeah, she's my whole life. So that's definitely has to be top of my list. All right. Who's someone you really admire? Oh, that's a tough one because that's a long list. Colleagues, of course, there's so many that I admire. My boyfriend, who's going through physical struggles, but I've seen him. I got to see him as a teacher for 12 years and everything, and it's admirable to see him as well as his colleagues just the way they take on teaching, especially at a private school. You know, you've got so many kids from so many cultures and languages, and we've got kids from Kazakhstan and China and different dialects all over China as well, coming here to learn English, and you're the one that's, I'm going to teach you science. Well, wow, you know, I think it's pretty admirable to take on those challenges and to succeed the way they've done. Him, along with every other teacher that works here, it's an everyday challenge, and they do a really great job. They do. So I think I'm done my bucket.
Are you ready?
About as ready as I'm ever gonna be, I think.
Right. And go.
What year was BCS founded?
1836.
True or false? There are tunnels built under schoolhouse.
Yes, true.
Name all the houses.
Smith, Greer North, Greer South, Mitchell, Williams, Glass, and Gillard, and McNaughton. I almost forgot McNaughton. I think I got them. And one more.
Ross House.
It's just houses on campus, so you think you're geared towards the houses on campus.